Rick says Groyper should call out red flag laws. It violates at least two of our Bill of Rights. We didn't vote for Trump for infringements on the 2A, not even once.
So when Nick says, yeah, he really means, no, don't talk about that. And why shouldn't we talk about that?
These barbaric slaughters are an assault upon our communities, an attack upon our nation, and a crime against all of humanity. We are outraged and sickened by this monstrous evil, the cruelty, the hatred, the malice, the bloodshed, and the terror. The shooter in El Paso posted a manifesto online consumed by racist hate. In one voice, our nation must condemn racism, bigotry, and white supremacy. These sinister ideologies must be defeated. Hate has no place in America. Hatred warps the mind, ravages the heart, and devours the soul.
President Trump is now publicly demanding stricter gun control in a break with the NRA and fellow Republicans. The president met with lawmakers at the White House yesterday and told them he'd even support bypassing due process to take guns from the mentally ill. Paula Reed is at the White House with the surprising remarks from the president. Paul.
We have to act. We can't wait and play games and nothing gets done.
President Trump stunned lawmakers on both sides of the aisle Wednesday with his overarching demands for gun control.
Like take the firearms first and then go to court.
After Vice President Mike Pence suggested court procedures for removing guns from dangerous people, Trump caught him and many in the room off guard by seeming to dismiss due process.
I like taking the guns early, so you could do exactly what you're saying, but take the guns first, go through due process second.
President Trump also reiterated his support for raising the age limit to purchase some weapons.
It doesn't make sense that I have to wait till I'm 21 to get a handgun, but I can get this weapon at 18. I don't know. So I was just curious as to what you did in your bill.
Inside the Story with 60 Minutes producer Ashley Veely.
Oh my God! 911, what is your emergency?
Yes, I just got a call from Douglas High School.
What's interesting, in the wake of all these mass shootings that have been occurring, the states really have felt it's been necessary to take on some greater form of gun legislation with more teeth. So 17 states in the District of Columbia have adopted the red flag law that basically allows law enforcement to step in when a person is posing a threat to themselves or to others and take those guns away temporarily for up to a year.
Thank you for being here.
This got the attention of the federal government. Congress started looking very closely at the law as well. And there was great promise there that there was enough bipartisan support. You had Lindsey Graham, who was basically putting his weight behind the bill in the Senate.
I am tired of going home and telling people we just can't do anything.
Along with Democrat Richard Blumenthal.
Here we have a red flag law. Mr. President, where are you?
And that got the attention of President Trump.
I have called for red flag laws, also known as extreme risk protection orders.
President Trump basically came out on
about Israel. The problem is not that we're asking about Israel. I agree. It's the, admittedly, they say this about us, but I will say there is sort of a fixation. It's one issue to me, among others, that are important to attack conservative ink on. Immigration, Christian values, Israel. These are our three pillars. I see them as co-equal. If there were a first among equals, to me, it wouldn't be Israel. It would be demographic change,
So we're starting to see a pattern with this guy. Like immigration, like demographics, like Christian values, they will complain about these issues, but they never get to the source of the problem. Why are these issues happening? Just like with red flag laws. And when you don't get to the source, what happens is you end up supporting a president or just the left-right paradigm in general You support this person who's surrounded by people who want the opposite of what you want. For example, this Joshua Horowitz. He's with the Coalition to Stop Gun Violence. He was on 60 Minutes last night. I had a clip on my YouTube channel. And as you can see, just in case you haven't seen that video, I'll scroll down. Someone appropriately called out this organization and Mr. Horowitz. And as you can read right there, that's why. So who is Mr. Trump surrounded by?
Michael Aboud, Communications Coordinator, Donald J. Trump for President, Sephardic Jew. Paul Schleitner, Chairman, Supervisory Board, Deutsche Bank, Donald Trump's largest lender, Ashkenazi Jew. Miriam Adelson, Endorser, Donald J. Trump for President, Donor, Future 45 PAC, Finance Vice Chairman, Trump Presidential Inaugural Committee, Ashkenazi Jew. Sheldon Adelson, Endorser, Donald J. Trump for President, Donor, Future 45 PAC, Finance Vice Chairman, Trump Presidential Inaugural Committee, Ashkenazi Jew. Paul Atkins, Member, President Trump's Strategic and Policy Forum, Ashkenazi Jew. Ryan Ballard, Finance Vice Chairman, Trump Presidential Inaugural Committee, Ashkenazi Jew. Elliot Brody, Vice Chairman, Trump Victory Committee, Finance Vice Chairman, Trump Presidential Inaugural Committee, Ashkenazi Jew. Safra Katz, Executive Committee Member, Trump Presidential Transition Team, Ashkenazi Jew. Michael Cohen, Executive Vice President and Special Counsel, the Trump Organization, Ashkenazi Jew. Gary Cohn, Director, United States National Economic Council, Ashkenazi Jew. Delos Cosgrove, Member, President Trump's Strategic and Policy Forum, Ashkenazi Jew. Gil Deser, President, Trump Desert Development, Ashkenazi Jew. Michael Deser, Founder, Trump Desert Development, Ashkenazi Jew. Louis Eisenberg, Chairman, Trump Victory Committee, Finance Co-Chairman, Trump Presidential Inaugural Committee, Ashkenazi Jew. Boris Epstein, Senior Advisor, Donald J. Trump for President, Ashkenazi Jew. Stephen Feinberg, Donor, Trump Victory Fund, Member, Trump Economic Advisory Council, Ashkenazi Jew. Lawrence Fink, Member, President Trump's Strategic and Policy Forum, Ashkenazi Jew. Alan Fishman, Chairman, Ladder Capital, Donald Trump's second largest lender, Ashkenazi Jew. David Friedman, Co-Chairman, Israel Advisory Committee for Donald Trump, United States Ambassador to Israel.
So at even 2 times speed, this is going to go on for another 10 minutes, so I'll pause it right here.
People say that if we would have had guns, we could have persevered. It is utterly and totally nonsense.
How many Jews were put into the ovens because they were unarmed?
Hitler had taken the German youth, put them into uniforms and had them convinced that they were superior to everybody else and they were gonna obey orders unflinchingly. If people in Nazi Germany would have had guns and the ones who spoke out would have used them, they would have all been dead and it would have made no difference whatsoever. I think this whole thing with guns just drives me absolutely crazy to think that anybody could be safer having a gun. All the statistics argue against it. Cuba took all the guns away and murders by guns stopped. And murders went down. Suicides went way down. The same thing in Australia. I think that when somebody comes up with these stories, they are speaking through their mouth with the money that they get from the NRA. I really think that they're bored. I don't think they believe it. I can't believe that they're that stupid.
So to summarize, quit pretending to care about issues like immigration, demographics, and Christianity. And you can add red flag laws to that as well, without naming the source, and voting and promoting a person that's surrounded by the source. This is what you get. And guess what? It starts with a J, not a Z.
Step Act, where President Trump passed the First Step Act, and this released rapists, murderers, all kinds of people. Now, I love President Trump. I campaigned for President Trump. This was designed by Jared Kushner, and it's led